All right, so in this video, we're going to find exact values, again, using the unit circle. We're going to first find coterminal angles. So we're kind of going a little bit farther with this one. In the previous video, it was just finding the exact value. So if you have not watched that video or this does not sound familiar, go back just to look at that one. But we were using these exact same ratios. So we're going to find the coordinate of the coterminal angle, and that will be used in one of the 6 trigonometric functions. So in the previous video, they gave us the coordinate, and now we're going to have to go find the coordinate. Okay. So we have our basic unit circle. We've been looking at this one for a couple weeks now. So there's the degrees in the middle of this one. We have the radians, the degrees in the inner circle, the radians in the kind of middle circle, and then here's the coordinates on the outer circle. So this has kind of all the information we need packaged into one little circle. And then we do need to remember our trigonometric functions and the ratios. So our sine is equal to the y coordinate, our cosine is equal to the x coordinate, tangent is y over x, and then we have our reciprocal trigonometric functions. So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, which is 1 over y, secant is the reciprocal of cosine, which is 1 over x, and cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, which is x over y. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they're going to have us do here. Oh, you can already see the answer there. I've got to unanimate that really quick. So for this first one, if we want to find the cotangent of 405, basically I need to go back. I need to find the degree that's between 0 and 360. So 405 is too big. It's over 360 degrees. So it means I spun around and then I kept going. Okay. So if I subtract 360 from 405, then I'll find my coterminal angle, which is 45. So on the graph, 45 degrees has a coordinate of square root 2 over 2 and square root 2 over 2. So there's my coordinate. So if I want cotangent, then I'm going to go down here to cotangent, and I'm going to have square root 2 over 2 over square root 2 over 2. When I'm dividing by a fraction, I have to multiply by the reciprocal. So if you notice right away, 2 divides by 2, square root 2 divides by square root 2, so I end up with 1, which is why there's simply 1 here. All right, let's take a look at the second one here. So we have negative 13 pi over 6. So with this one, we want to divide by 2 pi. 2 pi is the same idea as the 360. I want to figure out how many 360s there are. And when we're talking about radians, that's 2 pi. So to convert the radians to degrees, because I think it's a little easier to look at this, I'm going to go negative 13 pi divided by 6, and I'm going to divide by 2 pi. Excuse me, which means I'm going to multiply by 1 over 2 pi, right? Because we multiply by the reciprocal. So the pi's cancel, pi divided by pi, and I end up with negative 13 over 12. And now if I multiply that by 360, then it'll tell me how many degrees it is. So it's negative 390 degrees. So this just lets me know it's more than 360. So I've spun all the way around, and then I kept going. But this time I'm going to go in the negative direction. So it's like I went this way all the way around, and then I kept going. So if I subtract from 360, and I'm subtracting just 390 from 360, I don't want you to go negative 390 minus 360 and, get up in the 700s. That's not what we want. I want to know what this coterminal angle is here, this 30. So I know it was negative 390. So I went all the way around 360 negative and then 30 more negative. So I'm landing on this point here. And this is not showing me the negative angles. I just need to know this is negative 30, this is negative 45, negative 60. It goes exactly backwards from what it's doing here. So if I look at the coordinates on the, that should say 30. On the negative 30, then I have square root 3 over 2 and negative 1 over 2. Again, that should say negative 30. So it's circled on here, but then I blocked it with my darn whiteout so that I could do this. So we're going to look at secant, because that's what it's asking us to do. And secant is 1 over our x coordinate. Okay, so 1 over our x coordinate, which really means we're going to multiply by our reciprocal. So we end up with 2 over root 3. I can't leave it that way. I have to rationalize it. So I'm going to multiply by root 3 and root 3. And I get 2 root 3 over root 3. So again, there's our exact values of our trigonometric functions after finding the coordinate on the unit circle. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.